Sri Krishna is giving us ways by which we can perceive Him. So He is saying these three gunas are being manifested by me. There is the Sattva Guna, the mode of goodness. And people who manifest the mode of goodness, you see such amazing virtues in them. Ye chaiva sattvika bhava rajasas tamasaschaye matta eveti tan viddhi natvaham teshu te mai. Translation: the three states of material existence, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are manifested by my energy. They are in me, but I am beyond them. So again, Sri Krishna is giving us ways by which we can perceive Him. When you see tracks in the desert, you have not seen the person, but you know somebody went by. Now you have not seen Sri Krishna in person, but you know His presence. Like your grandfather, you see his spectacles somewhere. Oh, Dadaji was here. Those are his glasses. Likewise, you say, oh my God, these things are happening. These are all the tracks of God. So He is saying these three gunas are being manifested by me. There is the Sattva Guna, the mode of goodness. And people who manifest the mode of goodness, you see such amazing virtues in them. One such popular person was the ex-president of India, Abdul Kalam. There was a group of 70 scientists. They were working under the head, and it was a critical path project. So they all were giving up their free time and family time to ensure the project succeeded. A lot of their motivation came from their love for their boss and the commitment that their team project leader had to the success of the project. And one day they just had to get the result, and the head, he told his team members, all 70 scientists today, I'll really appreciate if you take overtime and stay on in the office till it's completed. So one of the scientists came up to him and said, Sir, I'm so sorry. I had promised my children and my wife, I'll take them for the big game today at 5:30. And if I don't reach there, they'll be completely disappointed. So the head, he said, all right, in that case, I'm giving an exception for you. You can go back at 5:30. But as the day proceeded, all the scientists were so engrossed in their work that this man forgot that it's 5:30. And it was only at 8 o'clock he remembered, oh my God, I missed that appointment. How annoyed my wife will be and how disappointed my children will be. So he returned home and his wife said, come have dinner. And he said, so are you all upset? She said, upset about what? He said, I could not take you to the game. She said, no, because your team head, he came home himself and he took us to the game. And that was when he realized that the team head, who was Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, when he saw that his team member had gotten engrossed and he would be missing his appointment with his children, he went and substituted. And he took them for the game and the outing. This is called empathy. What is empathy? The ability to feel the emotions of others. People talk about EQ. Daniel Goleman, he wrote a book by that name, emotional intelligence. He did a research in 200 big organizations around the world. He studied the EQ of the executives, and he studied the prosperity of the organization, and saw a direct correlation where the executives have more EQ, there the organization is performing well. So what is EQ? It has got 3 ingredients. The first is emotional self-awareness, to be aware of your own emotions. I'm experiencing anger, I'm experiencing pride, and to be self-aware. And the second is emotional self-mastery, to keep the higher self in charge. I'm experiencing this envy, but I'll cut it out and behave in a proper manner. This emotional intelligence. But the third one is the most humane quality. That is emotional empathy. The ability to understand, to empathize with the feelings of others. What will others be feeling? Now Sri Krishna says that these 3 states, Arjun, I am in them. It is for us to start perceiving God's presence. When we do that, we will feel gratitude. And the moment we start feeling gratitude, all negativity gets kicked out from the mind. You can never feel gratitude and also do negative thinking. So if there is negative thinking, the only thing you need to do to counter it is start remembering your blessings. And immediately that negative thinking will be wiped out. People say, Swamiji, this is going wrong in my life, that is going wrong, this is going wrong. Give me one reason why I should be happy. Say, supposing I give you 100 reasons. 100 reasons, how can that be? It's just a matter of attitude. One man was so full of gloom. He was a writer. He wrote down in his journal, this is the worst year of my life. I have turned 60 and I have retired from my job. And this very year I also had a gallbladder operation. And my father passed away. And my son had a car accident 1 month ago and he was in the hospital for 15 days. I am so unhappy. Now he wrote this and left, and the wife came for cleaning the room, and she just glanced, what has my husband written? And she added to it. So he had written that I had gallbladder operation. She added, the gallbladder had been troubling me for the last 9 years. I have now gotten rid of it, problem solved. I am so thankful. My father was so unwell and his life was miserable. He was bedridden. Finally, he has gone to the other world. His pains have come to an end. Thank you, God, for taking care of him. My son had a serious car accident and God was so merciful. He passed away with a little injury. He only had to be in the hospital for 15 days. And I was working like a dog in my job. But enough is enough. God has liberated me from there. I can start my new life as a retired person. The wife is looking at the same situation, but differently. She wrote it and left, and that's when the husband came and read all that. So he realized, very correct. This is all a matter of perspective. So when you see things as coming from God, then you will be grateful. Anthony Ray Hinton was put into jail for no crime of his own. He was wrongly accused. And the time that the crime was committed, he was working in a factory and the factory owner testified that he was with me. But somehow the forensic experts, they said, no, this bullet is traced to the gun that was in your mother's house. And so you are the culprit, and besides you're a black man. So he was in the death row, means he was waiting for his judgment to be finalized for 30 long years in a 5x7 cell. So others, convicts, were also in the death row. Every once in a while, one of them would be taken across his cell to be hanged, and he would see that. For the first 3 years, he was extremely angry. But then he changed his attitude. And slowly, he started becoming a counsel and friend to all the other inmates on the death row. And he became a friend of all the guards as well. And the guards campaigned for his freedom. So he managed to get some lawyer who started fighting his case. And it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court unanimously declared the verdict in the favor of Anthony Ray Hinton and said, not guilty. There was no proof. His counsel, the free counsel who had been assigned to him, did not do his job sincerely. So he was a free man. And then he was interviewed on 60 Minutes and interviewed on CNN. They said that, are you feeling, do you keep bitterness about the fact that they kept you in jail for 30 years? He said, if I keep bitterness, then they will still have me in jail. So he said, my attitude is that whatever comes from the heavens cannot be bad. This came by the will of God. I have accepted it as His grace. He said, some people run away from the rain, but my mother taught me to run into the rain, because she said that there is no use being a billionaire. So many billionaires are unhappy. Instead of that, learn how to be happy, and you will make others around you happy. So his conclusion was that happiness is a choice that we make. That choice requires the ability to see everything in its connection with God. Then, rather than cultivating negativity, you will choose positive sentiments. What can I do that will please Him?